Hello Magic fans, I'm Beef and welcome back to another standard gameplay video, and today we are playing an Azorius Control second spell deck. Now before we get into it, I just want to point out Wizards have done something that irks me a bit. They will often implement a keyword in a set which does a mechanic, often a mechanic that has existed before, and then in a future set, when they have the same ability, they get rid of the keyword. Now, they say they do this so people don't have to know much about the previous sets, but I kind of find it weird. I've done it before as well. I think one of the most famous ones is now Surveil is what they call an evergreen mechanic, as in you will see Surveil in pretty much, well, I think in every set. But before it was evergreen, it was what I think they call deciduous, as in it would only appear up occasionally. But Consider, which is a really old card, 1 mana. The original printing is look at the top card of your library, you may put it in a graveyard. Now on Arena and the latest printings it says Surveil 1, and they said they didn't call it Surveil originally, even though I think it came out after Surveil did, because they didn't want people having to know what Surveil was. Now in this case it's Flurry, basically. In Tarki Dragonstorm, we got the Flurry mechanic, which does something when you cast your second spell each turn. For example, on Taigan Master Opportunist, a 2-mana 2/2 has Flurry. When you cast your second spell each turn, copy it. The next other spell you cast with 4 time counters on it. If it doesn't have Suspend, it can Suspend. Suspend basically means at the beginning of your upkeep, you remove a time counter. And then when it has no counters on it, you can, when the last counter is removed, you can play it without paying its mana cost. And if it's a creature, it gains haste. Now, in Age of Eternities, there is a small subset of cards that do something when you play your second card each turn, which is Flurry. They've also called it Flurry. So, the main one we have is Cosmogrand Zenith, a 3-mana 2/4 mythic rare. This is a very powerful card. And when you cast your second spell each turn, you choose one. Either create 2 1/1 whites human soldier creature tokens, or put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Now, the key thing to remember with cast your second spell cards is that takes into account your entire turn. So if the Cosmogrand is your second spell, you won't get any value because obviously you need it on the battlefield for its ability to trigger. So you want to get the Cosmogrand down and then cast a spell afterwards to immediately gain value, maybe go wide or go high. And obviously the more Cosmogrands you get, the better. We also have Uthros Psionicist, a 3-mana 2/4, so same stats as the Cosmogrand. When your second spell you cast each turn costs 2 less cast, so it makes it easier for us to double spell. There are a few other cards in Age of Eternities. There's a 4-mana 2/2 or 3/3 that says when you cast your second spell each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on that card and draw a card. I did have it in, I think, some early builds, but at 4 mana, I think it was a bit expensive. So, and the other one, apart from Taigan, is Sage of the Skies, which works slightly differently. It's a 3-mana 2/3 with Flying Lifelink, but it says when you cast this spell, if you've cast another spell this turn, copy this spell. The Sage of the Skies doesn't have to be your second spell, but as long as you cast another spell, you copy it, so you'll get 2/3 Flying Lifelinkers. And obviously that's really good if you then use the +1/+1 counter abilities from Cosmogrand Zenith to just go high and start smashing in for Flying Lifelink. So I said, it's a control deck, so it's built around trying to trigger our second spell synergies, and around that we have 4 copies of Opt, 1 mana Scry 1, draw a card, 3 copies of Spyglass Siren, 1 mana 1/1s, 3 copies of Consult the Star Charts, which is in some ways a worse stock up, and we do have 4 copies of stock up, but can be a better stock up. So it's 2 mana. Look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of lands you control. Put 1 into your hand, 1 of those into your hand, the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. We can kicker it for 1 and a blue as well, and then you can put 2 of those cards in hand. So if you have 5 lands and you kick it, it is a 4 mana stock up, which is worse. But if you have 7, 8, 9, 10 lands, it can become a lot better because you have a lot more choice. And obviously it's flexible, that if you need to double spell but you only have 2 mana, then you can swap the star charts. And if you have the Uthros Psionicist down, obviously even with kicked it'll just cost 2 blue, so that's really powerful as well. 4 copies of Get Lost for removal, 3 copies of No More Lies, and 3 Steps Ahead for counterspell, and obviously 3 Steps Ahead can copy a creature or artifact and draw 2 cards and discard a card, which is really important because one of the main weaknesses of cast your second spell each turn decks and cards is if you run out of cards in hand, nothing happens. You've got to hope you draw a card draw spell, you top deck a card draw spell, and hope that gets you into more things you can cast. So the more ways we can see lots of our deck and draw cards through 3 steps ahead, consult for star charts and stock up is really, really powerful. And then we do have 2 copies of Pinnacle Starcage from Age of Eternities, and this is the one that I went back and forth and I tried Split Up, I tried Etherize. So Pinnacle Starcage, a 3-mana artifact. Basically, this is the new temporary lockdown, but when this artifact enters, exile all artifacts and creatures with mana value 2 or less until the artifact leaves the battlefield. Then we can pay 8 to sack it, put each card exiled with this artifact into its owner's graveyard, then create a 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token for each card put into the graveyard this way. Sacrifice this artifact. What's interesting about this wording is, obviously, yes, we can get 3, 4, 5, maybe 2/2s, that's good, but sacrifice the artifact is not part of the cost. So, if we pay 8, activate its ability, and put it onto the stack, it gives an opponent a chance to remove the Starcage, which would whiffle. They've clearly done that intentionally, which I find odd, but just beware, because the sacrifice isn't part of the casting cost, there is it allows your opponent to interact with it. And yeah, so this is the spot I'm not entirely sure about. It's obviously good against live game decks, which are really low to the ground, and a lot of artifact decks, but there are a lot of cards out there which first go into things in artifact-based enchantment. Authority of the Consoles, my most hated card at the moment. Weapons Manufacturer, also from Age of Eternities. Their enchantments, obviously Get Lost can take them out, but just be aware. Mana base, as you would expect, Plains, Islands, and then just 4 Verges, 4 Archives, 2 Reckless Anchorage and 2 Starting Towns. You could probably go more Anchorages because I need to double spell. Often we're not that fussed about playing our 1-drops on turn 1, so we're really not that bothered about it. So you could potentially go more Anchorage. You could even go Feral Passages as well to find your Plains and Islands. But I never really had a problem with lands, and obviously we are 24 lands. We need a lot of mana to double cast our spells, and I usually, when we stock up, we're probably taking a land and another card, unless we are in a desperate need for 2 specific cards as well. So I really like the deck. I said it's something that we see occasionally. I know why they stopped calling it Flurry in this set. But seeing as it was 2 sets ago, come on, just make it a thing. We see double spell cards, not all the time, but sometimes. We had Clarion Spirit in Kaldheim. Whenever you cast a second spell each turn, create a 1/1 flying spirit, or maybe it wasn't flying, but that kind of thing. I think you can make it a thing and just have Flurry stick around, because I think it can also be confusing players if you go, hang on, we've got Flurry and we've got this. Are these different? No, they're exactly the same. Just one's keyworded, one's not. So just a little bit of a rant there. Hope you enjoy it. If you do, please remember to like and subscribe. I'll give a shout out to my patrons, Adrian, Arcadius, Mihal and Thomas. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you everyone else for your support. Please leave a comment down below about what you would like me to see, and any tips you have or any criticisms you have. They're always fun to read, but I do take them on board. And just remember, my answer to a lot of things will be my own stupidity. Often I realise I've done things wrong, and I am my own worst critic as well. But yeah, hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you all in the gameplay. Well, our opponent goes first, as always. And they play out the most annoying card in the game. We can hold up No More Lies. Good old stock up. We'll take a Meticulous Archive and a Consult the Star Charts. Do you have another stock up? No, they have a Consult with Star Charts. Don't want another Siren. What are they playing out now? Ooh, nothing. They clearly have a counterspell. They clearly have something. We won't attack into their Flood Farm Verge. Into, sorry, their Restless Anchorage. But we, yeah, hold up No More Lies or 3 steps ahead if we need to. It's Flood Farm Verge. Then yeah. Let's see who blinks first. One of us is going to. Now, they're going to have a counterspell, I believe. We want to counter their 3 steps there, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Well, let's get in for 1. And let's kick up. Oh, I shouldn't have played out. And let's get a Psionist. Yeah, I shouldn't have played out the land, because then we could have held up 3 steps. Seam Rip. Well, that's kind of annoying. Let's get down our Cosmogrand. And let's opt. Now going to gain a lot of life. And I think we hold up 3 steps ahead. They have something. But do they have more? Next turn we can Psionicist and stock up. Are they just going aggro? It looks like they are. Which is a race they're going to win. found a land. Well, let's get down another Zenith. And stock up. Oh no, I wanted a tokens. We'll take a stock up and planes. Thing is, we can't block. They're flying creatures. Let's get down the Psionicist. They're back up to 4 in hand as well. At least we can buff our board pretty bigly next turn. Yeah, that's annoying. I would like to stock up and find a Get Lost, or at least like get 2 Get Losts, so we can take out their Sage of the Skies. Are you going to turn on your anchorage? You do have a treasure. Oh, come on. Three steps ahead with an island, I suppose. With kicker. That is insanely land heavy. We'll take an opt. And a meticulous archive. You can go, you can go. Like, we have got Get Lost in our deck. They're going to hit us down to 2. Not quite yet. We need to draw 2 with 3 steps ahead. Come on, hit a land. Blimey, Elspeth. We are down to what? I think that must have been an error, as they have a counterspell. If you do, you want to use it, yeah. We still get the counters. And we get a lot of counters. Where does it get lost? I can't be bothered to do the maths. We have a lot coming in. I think even if I attacked that turn, it wouldn't have made much difference because we would have been down to 1. They would have gained 4, but they're gaining 4 this turn anyway. That, I think, definitely doesn't do it. Yeah. Yeah, them not attacking didn't make any difference. And I think them blocking only one thing didn't make any difference because we got them down to -24. Well, we do go first. Hopefully it's a game that Pinnacle Starcade will be good in. Maybe it will be. Life gain will be usually pretty useful. Well, I would like them to play out a few more things. Really? I hate the authority that much. I am willing to do that. And I'm not going to play out any sirens until we get a Starcade down. Come on, have something else. Well, that's something you don't see very often. Well, let's just do that. And we'll get down a Siren. And next turn we can Siren and Sage. So let's Siren. And then Sage. And let's grow a Siren. So we can attack past the Angel of Vitality. And next turn we will stock up. Get Lost and a Meticulous Archive. Keep another Get Lost. We can Get Lost on their turn. Goodbye. Oh, you have your own Sage of the Skies. Nasty. Well, not nasty, but you know. Well, let us stock up. We'll take another stock up and an island. Let's try and grow our Sage. And yeah, let's get a Siren down. We'll attack with you, you, and you. We'll take out you. They're at 14, we're at 25. They have all the map tokens. That's going to grow their life link up. We do need to stock up to try and find something. Another get lost. Oh, they're attacking. That's bold. Cosmogrand and say Cosmogrand. Now we're not going to trigger this turn, annoyingly. Back up to 25, they're down to 13, they haven't got any more map tokens. They have an authority. What we do is you Cosmogrand and then, I think, copy. Three, four, five. And we will grow. Yes, I know, gain a life. We're swinging for 1 billion. We kill them for Xaxes. That's what we like to see. Well, we have a Tigum. I'll probably wait to play Tigum until I can play Opt. But I will take out the Lava Runner. Ooh. 2 Cosmogrands. I might take him 1 for now. Well, 2, sorry. They're obviously going to have some burn, but we do get the trigger no matter what. Burst Lightning. Burst Lightning. Don't think this is a game for no more lies. I might opt and then Sage of the Skies for life gain. Because yeah, we need it. Oh, there's another Sage of the Skies. And then we can Cosmogrand Zenith and get lost. Or maybe we get lost and then Sage of the Skies. I'm happy trading. Get down a couple of Sages of the Skies. And they just turn on their Bivouac, which is a 3/3. A 4/4, or it's going to be a 5/5. It's going to be a 6/6. Well, it hasn't got trample then. Let's Cosmogrand and then let's Cosmogrand. And we create a couple of 1/1s because the Bivouac does not have trample. It might have double strike. But it will not have trample. We get an opt. We don't want to land. Well, we get a land anyway. Let's go a buff in. And yeah, they scoop. And yeah, we get lost their Bivouac next turn. Surprised they didn't keep it for indestructible. But we could even turn on our anchorage. But yeah, we're gaining 4 a turn basically just from the Sage of the Skies. Oh, tap lands. Lots and lots of tap lands. And we're on the draw as well. Probably too slow up against the mirror. We already have one. There's a ghost vacuum. We'll keep more removal. Yes, you can steer there 3 steps ahead. Well, let's go for a sock up. Could get countered. It gets countered. Let's see if our Tiger gets countered. We will then just consult. We still get the flurry trigger. Let's grab an opt. Just momentum breaker. Have you got a Mockingbird? Well, let's opt. Yeah, we'll keep that. And then let's Sage of the Skies. Get 2 of them out. And I'd really like a Cosmogrand. We could copy one if we wanted to. Ah, Kaito.
Looks like I gotta fight my way out of this one. I just hate a fair fight.
Well, let's just kill Kaito. And let's stock up. There's a Cosmogrand. And we'll take Archive. We'll keep it. We'll get in. Fair enough. Next turn we can Cosmogrand and get a lost something. Well, we know our Cosmogrand's not going to last that long. Well, what we'll do, we'll play out the Cosmogrand and then we'll hold up 3 steps ahead. Oh, it can't be countered. Oh, that... Yeah. That was stupid of me. I'd like to find a Pinnacle Star Cage. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, if we do this and kick it, we can still cast a Star Cage if we find one. Which we don't. We'll take another Consult and a Cosmogrand. And we'll stock up. There's the Star Cage. Why is there now a weird stick? Very strange. They millers. But next turn, we can Cosmogrand and play out the Star Cage. And obviously we will put a counter on each creature. Let's play out the Archive. Don't need another land. It's 13 all. They have a stock up of their own. What did they... Oh, come on. Is that sorcery only? That is not sorcery only. Well. We can create a number of 2/2s. Have another stock up. I have a hidden grotto. They flickered then over it. We do get some 2/2s. Are they going to gain life? They are. Well, let's turn on our Hankerage. They are down to 3. Let's get down the Siren. And we can consult at the end of their turn. For now, Cosmogrand and Uthros Psionicist, so obviously they can't take either of those. But the reality is, they look dead. Are they dead? Ooh, they're not dead. Or are they?